Season 11.
It's pretty exciting.
It is really hard to believe. So very grateful. Can't believe the journey that, not only dancers have been on, but myself in my dance career and what this does for dance. It's meant the world to me, and it's exciting to be here for the 11th season and to see how elevated the dancing has now become as well. Every single season the bar does go higher, and I always wonder how much higher can it go, but records are made to be broken, champions are made to be made, and of course they do. And we've got some unbelievable talent this season. Oh my gosh.
So, every year we want to try and give the public something new. I think this season with bringing crews into the show is going to be interesting, because in the early part of the competition we're going to show 2 or 3 crews, and then have the public vote
Dance
on
crews.
it. Dance crews.
Awesome.
And then they'll come back on the show once we go live into the studio if the public like them. And we've got some terrific judges. We've got Lipinski here, the Olympic gold medalist, who's obviously done a lot of ballet as well as the ice skating. And we've got Irina from American Ballet Theatre here. So we've got a lot of good professionals and Adam Shankman. All right.
Of course, I'm always back, just like my family. This is my 8th season.
8th season.
Back, so yeah, out of 11, it's pretty good.
Very interesting, very exciting, because it's that dance is a universal language. You don't need to have nationality if you have a passion and talent, and you really could express it. It's really interesting.
I'm so excited. I'm an avid watcher of the show, and to actually be sitting in that seat and seeing the dancers up close, and it's so inspiring, and I'm honored just to be up here.
I've got to say, because they're literally either side of me today, they're very tough judges, both Tara and Irina.
Nigel mentioned that you're pretty tough, actually.
Did he really?
Yeah.
You know what? There's some really, really, really good technicians. There are a lot of great new young people, a lot of really, really, really talented people that I'm excited to see, because it's sort of like every year they have to get better because what we've seen is better. So it's always a joy to see what everybody's bringing out. Now it's a high bar at this point.
Yeah, no, well, I quite like dancers as people, which sounds like a sweeping generalisation, but it isn't really. It's one of those things where nobody dances to become rich and famous. They dance because they love it, because they can't imagine their life not doing it. Yeah. And I think in this day and age where people are famous for nothing, or for hitting each other, or being mean, or throwing up, or whatever it is, we're unashamedly a reality show, but we're about celebrating people's talent and passion, and not just trying to kind of phony, I think there's something nice about it.
Yeah, well, as far as the dance world is concerned, things are completely different. The fact that it's celebrated now around the world, it brings me great pride that this show had something to do with that. And the fact that the different dance styles a lot of studios did not have hip-hop inside a contemporary or ballet studio or ballroom. And the fact that now there's an appreciation, because once the dancers try all the different genres, instead of looking down their nose at it, now they're going, hey, there's something to that. Oh man, this is a lot harder than I thought. And the appreciation that we all have for each other's dance style is really tremendous. And the fact that it's all celebrated, whatever kind of dancer you are around the world, I think it's great that people are taking notice. People are generally happy to meet you now. People know what you do. People know what a paso doble is now. I mean, I think it's great that somebody says, yeah, I like the way that guy tuts. The fact that we have the vocabulary, that people off the street, husbands and wives, that they're talking to me passionately about, a contestant, it just brings me the greatest joy, because it was only 10 years ago that I had to explain myself, what I did for a living, and people still were in disbelief. Now, what else do you do? Oh, I teach dance. Oh, you don't do anything else?
You don't work?
Yeah. No, I teach for a living. That's all changed because of So You Think You Can Dance. And that is so exciting. And of course, outside of the other changes, of course, my hair's changed every single year. My weight goes up and down like a yo-yo.
Now that we've noticed.
I couldn't be happier to be here on top of the tamale train riding this ride because I wouldn't want to be anyplace else in the world.
That's awesome.